Collective energy reading. Please only take what resonates. Always leave the rest for the best. Don't stress. Because people are inflicting their stresses, their pressures, their desires, their illusions, their confusions your way. You're gaining this clarity. It's just simple, transparent. You're receptive because you are empathetic. So you've got feeling these emotions because you've got balance. You nurture yourself. You see when people are inflicting this selfish, bad energy, like they're an energy vampire, this devil, because of their mindset, institutionalized within their mind, within their thought, or because of their attitude, their approach towards life, because they thought they had these hidden skills and these abilities. You said 2 holes in a bucket, you transformed, you got that higher clarity, or because they was trying to hold on to fear like you're fearing. Fearing is not evidence that ain't even real. Fearing ain't of the Most High. That's fearing is when you've not got no balance and you've not got discernment and you're not activated with your third eye. That's when you haven't got clarity of mind, thoughts and feelings. That's when people trying to make you feel anxious and indecisive, like you haven't got no boundaries and you haven't got wisdom, like you don't enable to use your intuitions, like you can't acknowledge and knowledge other people and interpretate body language or your manifestations of your light. It's because your light shines strong and it's your beauty, it's that glowing, and you're developing your inner self. It's that harmony within your light and that beauty that shines. You're free. You're freeing yourself from negativity, toxic energies, those that are in the ego thinking of being courageous, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that are blocked and stopped from their mind. Virgo's energy, take it all as it resonates. You're just critically analysing these people because you're brave. They were stubborn. Stubborn within the mind, stubborn with the thoughts, stubborn with the feelings because of the actions and the values of what they valued and the way how they projected their self like unstable, like they tried to undermine you. Take this all as it resonates. They didn't listen to the spirit, the spirit guys above. That was you connecting because they are the social awareness of you, you see. That you're providing, supporting, enabling people to grow, transform, look at your wisdom, spirituality, reality, duality. You're looking at it from different aspects, the black, the white, the grey areas of life. That's when you connect to the ancestors. You start understanding about who you're serving and what you're serving and those choices about these family members and friends. Even your lover, when they're not making these rightful choices because they're flighted, detached from their own self, from their own emotions. That's why people have this aggression, and because I am and I'm controlling my thoughts and my ego because I'm courageous and I'm flighty detached, and then they're trying to use these hidden powers to control you. So you're not unable to grow. So you're having stress and conflict, or you're not unable to travel and move within your mind. So those thoughts are like, those feelings, you haven't got compassion for yourself. That's like you're not being creative. You haven't got boundaries. You haven't got discernment. Like people are talking to you like you're a fool. Like you're lost. And that's when you're running to be able to gain this advice, and who you're listening to gain this advice to, these family members and friends. They was back and forth to your partner, a feminine, masculine energy. That's there gaining understanding about this because they was bringing challenges. Who's fake, who's real, about this abundance in life. Take this all as it resonates, guys, because you're going to see people was putting challenges in place for your manifestations. You're going to see the love. You're going to see the connections, what they was blocking. And that was to be able to trust, to be able to embrace. So you're going to have to trust the spirit within inside of you, embrace your heart, those deep down profound feelings. They was trusting and trying to be able to embrace your partner. Your partner, you could be telling you to trust and embrace me because now I'm looking. I need to have trust in a relationship in order to be able to flourish, to be able to embrace that destiny, see what's in store for you. Because certain people will try to block you, so you weren't able to be able to grow, so you weren't receptive to your heart, like you was lacking fear and compassion. Look, this is what they was doing to you. So like all because of their guilt, surprise, and that openness. Now they're learning all of a sudden, because that's they wanted to be able to rekindle now, because they're embracing to be able to rekindle your heart, your mind, your body, your soul. 4, get connected back. Look at your structures, your foundation, masculine energy. Now I'm understanding because now I'm feeling. Now they're understanding because now they're feeling. Now they're evolving because they was awakening and they was rebelling, and they can see that progress within inside of you, that connection. It's surprise, they're opening, they're learning, and then they've got this guilt in place because you know I'm on probation. So they're on probation. So trust, they're on probation. They could be locked up, stuck, probation within their mind, blocked in thoughts, blocked in feelings, not unable to be able to think because they thought it was wise. So they could be having judgmental now. That's like institution, spiritual, caution, emotions. Give it to me straight over the phone, right? communication, family, friends, trust. That came out in the last one, so that must have needed to come out. I'm not sure why anyone would want to be in his shoes, so they don't know why anyone would want to be in that person's shoes. We'll arrange a time to see him only through the glass for now. So you'll have to arrange a time to see somebody embrace only through the glass for now. That's came out prior before those two. So they may be looking now, that's looking to straight over the phone. They may want to talk, maybe incarcerated, locked up in their mind, maybe blocked for them, maybe only be able to talk on the phone, to be able to embrace. You may have to connect to your emotions, listen and trust that gut feeling, because that's rekindling. Every relationship is a magical moment. I have trust in what I say. Have trust in what I do, Divine Feminine. So they're saying, have trust in what I do, not what I say, because they're ready to take that action. They're gaining clarity, looking at that life force. They see you as that sun now. They're saying, oh my gosh, I'm getting this high awareness. So they're trusting, they're gaining wisdom now. They could be seeking knowledge. They may be traveling towards you, grounding their self. I promise, I'm sorry, it will never happen again. So they want to be able to come and rekindle this relationship because they're opening their heart. They're saying it won't happen again. Trust. Because give me that straight over the phone about this time, about the actions that they took. They could be having stress because they're bluffing. So they may want to give it straight over the phone about this ring, this marriage, about the roses, about these flowers, about the nails taking action. Because they're having stress, they're bluffing, it's come out again. So we're going to take this. Because they may be silenced and frozen, no words still. Because they was bluffing and pretending about who they was embracing with. And about the glass, because that was that masked and exaggerated. So they'll have these illusions because they're releasing this stress, and who they was having stress with because it was turbulence and tension. They're saying, I'm sorry. They're trying to release it because they've got stress, turbulence and tension. They're trying to say it's not going to happen again because that's like the actions that they took and who they was trusting with, working with, embracing with, providing a service to in a childlike spirit, extra energies, creating family. Because they can see that loyalty. It won't happen again. I'm looking at this loyalty. I see this surprise. They can see I'm trusting now, and that's real. Looking at that reality. It's that complete trust, higher awareness, connecting to the divine. Because that silence and the frozen no words. If you had a man, you would know what to talk to keep one. So trust. If you had somebody, you'd know what to talk to keep one. I'm trying to tell you, I got no talent. I got no writing. I can't spell. I can't file. I can't even dance. So they can't trust, they can't spell, they couldn't dance, so they couldn't express their emotions, those thoughts and those feelings. So you have to just trust. That's why they've got no words, because they're communicational skills. So the way you communicate, learn 7, that higher spiritual awareness 4, to connect that structures, because the way how they feel to express those emotions, they're not able to be able to do that. Take this all as it resonates. I wouldn't want to be in this dumb shuttedness of downfall. It's making me feel like I need to get better. So they don't want to be in that. They feel like they're having a downfall because they're shutting themselves off. They feel like they're dumb, like they've blocked themselves, and they're looking at their downfall, and they need to be able to make it better because those are mistakes that they was exaggerated, because that's what caused that stress. So it's releasing that stress because it's rekindling, because it's connected to that heart. It's giving that spark, giving it that compass back, ricocheting. It's like the ticking time bomb. My real love in life is cooking, that ticking time bomb. That real love in life is cooking, releasing, taking actions, letting go of those emotions. Then I started to feel obligated. Now, guilt, loss, anger. So they started to feel obligated when they was embracing, trusting other people and having these extra energies. They could have been looking now because they didn't have that inner confidence, that self-worth. Because when they was manifesting, now they can see, oh my gosh, I'm manifesting this light. That lightness is awakening, because I tried to do it and certain people didn't realise because they couldn't spell, so they could have had dyslexia, not able to speak, get that high clarity of words, because that's to be able to claim, breathe and live and glow, that light that's within. And I do things at a time and I focus on that present moment. I cast off all those doubts, all that fear that's disappearing, and I find that peace in my belonging, because they wouldn't be able to do better. They say they was dumb, they shut themselves out, they should have done better. And they would have this mask, these exaggerated masks on, because it's saying one step at a time, take this action, all because the root chakra, stability, boundaries. That's when they got to look like I am, controlling, acknowledging those thoughts and those feelings. I'm trying to change my ways, my attitude, that aggressive energy, and looking, trying to gain that independence, to gain the inspiration to be able to take those steps forward, because I see be able to make the mountain ahead. I'm dedicating myself to be able to look now, because it's small steps at a time, making that progress, staying focused in that present moment, because it's a current task. Because when you have to listen to life and release those stresses, that's encompassing the virtues, looking at the mysteries to the story, that's when you start rekindling, getting that high awareness, releasing heartache, hurt and pain. 10, that's that destiny. And you have to look at that karmic cycle, because who was being loyal, royal, who was confusion, was enable you to ground yourself, because that's looking back to the mysteries of your story. When you grow up, that problematic part of your life, and it's like your legacy. What people say, that divine will, it's authority. What the Most High God ordained and put in store. Because when people are putting you that devil energy, because you're institutionalizing your mind, you're not changing, you have to keep calm. Because that's that sun and clarity, that's when you gain that higher awareness about what you're growing and who you're manifesting with that 10, that whole 10 of Pentacles, what you signed up for, that all Akashic records, Capricorn, that's you looking Aries, was you being aggressive, did you have moral compass, did you have spiritual knowledge, because they can see that awareness of you, that's looking at that security and the secretive parts, because when you're hardworking, you're grounded, you're growing, that sun with clarity. They're having a tower moment, because they're looking back to the relationships, that karmic cycle, high clarity, awareness, where you look at the choices that you had, and when you was aggressive, and was you being caring or providing, or who was competing against you. Take it all as it resonates, all because of that high clarity and awareness. People bluffing, hiding their emotions, family, friends, your divine masculine, feminine, they're having stress now, they're letting people go, because who they were serving, they're releasing it. Now they're listening, because it's a big tower moment. They're saying no, because now it's like, oh my gosh, is that what I did? That was the sun. They was bluffing, so they was not listening to life, because that Queen of Pentacles, all because of hard work certain people's put in, and you can see that you're caring, providing, supporting, enabling, assisting. And the Queen of Pentacles could have been putting spell work to be able to block you, just say about your work and your service and how you're moving. 6 of Swords, they could be coming now to give you this clarity, you're speaking this truth. That's when you're grounded, you're stable, you're moving, and you're enabling people to have that uplifting. That's when you got to have that clarity. People want to be able to travel towards you. That's when you're traveling your mind, and that's trusting, that loyalty. They can see you're that sun. They may want to travel to come towards you now. Take this all as it resonates. They're thinking like, how am I going to make this movement? They could be achieving and seeing you achieving and growing, and they can see they're achieving their self-grounding, their self with love. They can see that you're achieving and you've grounded yourself with love. You took the advice from the spirit within. They may be running towards you now, because that's that higher clarity. What's the T on the sun? Because they're in silence, sideways thinking about this happiness hater. This happiness hater now is gaining clarity. They're feeling stressed now, because they can see you're hard working. They're going to see things of secret, and they're like, they didn't have no discipline. They're feeling unstable now, all because of their actions that they took. They're having this tower moment, because they're stalking you, lurking online, watching you, because this Queen of Swords, this Queen of Swords could be chatting. They could see you chatting like a Queen of Swords. You'll have photo proof. They're into you. They could be looking back at photos, court evidence, truth, planning. They could have been caught by the feminine energy, because they're having bad karma. So you can hear about their bad karma, because they was around people that was fake, stalking you, this happiness hater. They didn't have trust. They didn't have to release, and they're really about releasing karma, because there was a happiness hater. Let's see what the gossip is on this happiness hater. Okay, shocking. You won't waste this story. You're going to see clickbait. They was on everything. They was trying to block you, love bomb. You're divine feminine, masculine, hustle mode. Let's see what they was clicked off. Photoshop evidence, and they was trying to Photoshop you like they was you, like they was more wise. They didn't have no filter. You spoke about these family members and friends that was blocking you. 13, because they was having a death. That you had this rebirth. You transformed on their ass. They didn't have no compassion. They was out there for money and a karmic energy. You know, just watching you, divine feminine, masculine. 14, holding on with great passion. All because it was being two-faced. But you see these people, you see there was like clashing that inner child. They was too much in Peter Pan spirit. All because they was lost and confused. They was like emotionally, mentally, physically blocked. They didn't have no balance. They were stuck in that dark, low dense energy. All secrets, because all the illusions and the confusions within their own aspects of their mind. They don't know how to let go. They wasn't listening to that spirit within them, like that divine spirit. They was lacking that will to grow. Or because they was trying to be fake, and like fake impersonations, you know, like your beauty. They was looking on physical outside, they wasn't looking on that inside, they wasn't trusting that gut feeling. Or when people think they're wise and chatting shit, or when you're trying to be able to create and what you're creating bullshit and who you're creating that bullshit with, because it's like the way how you communicate and express those emotions. They see you haven't got no filter, you've got your third eye activated, you're speaking, you got that clarity, get that freedom, leaving, let go of certain people when they lack balance in their values about money and sexual energies and stuck in the low dense energies because they're holding on for lust, greed, inheritance, taxes and loans and doing spell work, paying people to do magic on you. That was to be a feminine energy. 2-5, all because about your lover, about values, about money, about choices, and you're gambling in a childlike spirit, so they could have them as that, like stability, pleasures, looking beautiful. 3, they lacked compassion, they lacked understanding, they lacked integrity, they didn't have faith in the Most High, the divine. They was on a karmic cycle, now they're having a death, and that's that transformation. Because you know when you think you're going to be able to gain something and you don't, and then it, judgment happens towards you, revelations comes that you're a sick woman lying in a sick bed because you didn't have that self-love and your self-loathing where you wanted freedom, but you were sacrificing yourself because you were spiritually blocked, mentally blocked, emotionally blocked. Why? All because of greed, temptations, lust, pride, all in that low dense energy chakra moving like your Saturn, Satan, running through your foot bottom, running through hell. Now that's all because when you're looking at those groups and you're expanding with and you're socialising and having this great leap of faith, finding these extra energies, picking up Tom, Dick, Sarah, Sally with her dirty self. So you know you find them dirty women down the alley out partying, just one night stand. Yes, thank you, ma'am. That's because I'm holding on now, because I'm obsessed now, because I've got these illusions and I'm psychologically stressing out your mind. So you've not no balance and you're detached. That's because it goes back to roots and foundations and you use it as a mother, like, I ain't got no father figure, I ain't got this and I need that and I'm wanting that. And that's all because of like this, like the way you perform your partner's finances to control power. That's for like abundance and how you're growing your material worth. And when you're putting your hard work in, how and who's putting that hard work in? Was your balance? Was you looking at the decisive about the choices, or was you indecisive about the actions that you was taking? Because every action had a reaction. So you ended that cycle, you transformed, you had love and compassion for yourself, looked at your structures, your foundation, your heart, kept on growing forward with spiritual wisdom. Now that was higher clarity, now they're connecting to their heart, ending that karmic cycle, because you are the abundance, you was the king, and now that's that greed, appreciation, and that's because that's that eternity. That's when you're connecting to that spiritual, that oneness with the divine. You get connected mind, body, heart, soul, left and right divine. That's that yin, yang, you get the balance, the black to the white area, those endings. It's that opportunity for a renewal. You had to trust, that was infinite flow of life. So you ended that relationship, silence, people was blocking you, they could be ending, because that's what people was overworking, spell work, overlooking, wasted energy, spending money, when it's going all back to them, and now they're getting stressed because they're not feeling grounded. They may be losing out at hard work, they're having that 10 of swords now, and they tried to 10 of swords you, and you know what matters. You went forward because you connected, transformed, released spiritual balance, emotionally, mentally, because you had that self-love. You connected, nurtured, had boundaries in place because they was avoidance, they denied, they avoided their own emotions, their own fault. That's because of their values. You had self-love. You may be focusing things, step back, relax. Now they're relying because they was too focused on money and material aspects of life. They're gaining clarity now. They weren't connected to their emotions, or because they was trying to be controlling and brave. That's because they're being courageous now. Take this all as it resonates. So when you look at that inner child, you get that clarity. You have to release. Releasing is healing, because love is the answer. So when you have to connect, else it could be significant. Let's do this on top of this. Okay, now they could be looking back now, liking your pictures, looking at information, lurking. I'm just going to take these because these like to drop out. LGK could be significant. FT. They could be getting knowledge. They could be getting knowledge. DT. GT. Oh, what's dropped? Might be an M. W, no, it's an M. We've got LM, LMD. Alright, so we need to put it like this. R, TR, they're getting triggered now. Really getting triggered now. Right, two more. Two more letters on top of this because it ends up getting messy. Because these lots brains scattered, because I would have took these off here. So it's people's brains getting scattered. They're getting triggered. T, one more. D. So to be honest, they're frigging getting triggered. Friday, MT, MN, BMT, DLK. They could be looking back now, triggered, having tension. They could be blaming other people. JD, KD, MT, NB, RJ. Take it all as it resonates, guys. And we've got J on top.